Hello dear students. Let us first discuss about the role of women in the French Revolution as per the NCERT book. From the very beginning, women were active participants in the events which brought about so many important changes in French society. They hoped that their involvement would pressurize the revolutionary government to introduce measures to improve their lives. Most women of the third estate had to work for a living. They worked as seamstresses or laundresses, sold flowers, fruits and vegetables at the market, or were employed as domestic servants in the houses of prosperous people. Most women did not have access to education or job training. Only daughters of nobles or wealthier members of the third estate could study at a convent, after which their families arranged a marriage for them. Working women had also to care for their families, that is, cook, fetch water, queue up for the bread, and look after the children. Their wages were lower than those of men. Now, what happened in order to discuss about how did they voice their interest? About 60 women's club came up in different French cities. The Society of Revolutionary and Republican Women was the most famous of them. I repeat, the two names, one is the Society of Revolutionary and another the Republican Women. One of their main demands was that women enjoy the same political rights as the men. Women were disappointed that the Constitution of 1791 reduced them to passive citizens. They demanded the right to vote, to be elected in the assembly, and to hold political office. Only then they felt would their interest be represented in the new government. Now, together with the creation of state schools, schooling was made compulsory for all girls when the new government introduced these laws. Their fathers could no longer force them into marriage against their will. Marriage was made into a contract entered into freely and registered under civil law. Divorce was made legal and could be applied for by both men and women. Women could now train for jobs, could become artists or run small businesses. Women's struggle for equal political rights, however, continued. During the Reign of Terror, the new government issued laws ordering closure of women's club and banning their political activities. Many prominent women were arrested and a number of them executed. Women's movement for voting rights and equal wages continued through the next 200 years in many countries of the world. The fight for the vote was carried out through an international, suffrage movement during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. The example of the political activities of French women during the revolutionary years were kept alive as an inspiring memory. It was finally in 1946 that women in France won the right to vote. So this is very important for you all to know that ultimately in the year 1946 the women of France won the right to